All right, traders, friends and family, team and fans, followers from around the world. Wednesday stock review. I do have some stocks that requested today. Wednesday stock review. I'll make sure I cover these three. But right now on the SPY, I think we're getting it. This is a very bearish signal. This is a really, really strong close. We closed below this gap down high wave bullish candle the very, very next day. I mean, any kind of small bounces, expect them to fade and roll over. The 100 on the SPY at this point, strong capability of getting there. I did sell some of my puts and covered some of my short shares at the 50, just because it is the 50. We have bounced from the 50 before, and we don't have to go lower, right? Over here, we had a gap down back in January that kind of signaled some selling, and then, we just bounced and crushed higher. That's very, very possible. Here's the Qs. And the Qs, right, we did close below yesterday's low on the very same day. So that, to me, is a little bit more bearish. I think, at least in my opinion right now, pretty strong support broke today with the very, very next day. So the trend right now is bearish on most time frames, hourly, daily, and even the weekly. We did close below the 20 EMA on the weekly for the first time in a while. Now, I'm not saying that we have to go higher or lower, but last time we closed below the 20 was in February of 2020, right before COVID, but closing below the 20. Now we still have 2 days left, right? Thursday and Friday. So if we don't close below 320, I don't think it'll be that bad, but if we do close any retest all the way up to 325, I'll be looking at a short play and eventually a trade down here. Is this the all-time high of the market? Are we going to zero? No, we're not going to go zero. Is it the all-time high? I don't know. It's probably going to be the high for a while. The Qs on the weekly have a little bit of a divergence. So I can see us just chilling out here, right? I'm not saying this is the end of the world. I am saying that I did go to cash a while ago, and I've been waiting, and I'm glad that we're getting a pullback. We needed a pullback, so that's pretty much it. Wix was one of the strongest gaps I've ever seen in my life. You guys all know that I really do like Wix long-term. I do think that it can bounce down here, very, very small bounce. But guys, this is a very, very major signal. This volume, this gap, opening here, lower highs, below the long-term moving averages on relatively decent earnings. I mean, I think their earnings were fine. They estimated 68 cents. They still lost 54 cents a share. Sorry, they estimated they were going to lose 68 and they lost 54 cents. Last earnings, right, they lost 3 cents. So more of a loss, super strong gap. Wow. Are we at a very good support on Wix? Absolutely. Can Wix bounce here? Absolutely. Am I going to be playing any of those bounces? No, not for a while. Even if I day trade it, that's cool, but any retest in here, I probably won't look to play Wix long again until 160 maybe. As far from a big position at least. So Wix, very strong gap. And again, if you're practicing your gaps for day trades, pull this one up because this was a thing of beauty. An absolute, just diabolically perfect. Look at this 10 EMA VWAP interaction rollover right there. Boom, boom, 20, 30 minutes of compression, bang. Just what a short on Wix. So pretty. TMST was also requested. Overall trend looks good. Here's the weekly chart, slight bull momentum there, and the monthly chart. We're trying. So some volume does look good. Some steel trying to come back to life. You have recovered a major low. So we're still making lower lows and lower highs. But at this point, I'd probably be waiting for a little bit of a bigger pullback. But yeah, it does not look bad for a potential long. This weekly chart looks a little deathly. Daily chart, this is a retest gap, so you don't want to be buying up here. Yeah, my overall thoughts. If you're playing it, probably play relatively small size into this gap, this retest gap, or look to play it off of the 50. I think bullish is the way to play it, but right now, it's just a little bit weaker than not. All right, so TDOC, TDOC, speaking of weak, TDOC, very, very weak. It has its last bull stand candle. This is it, May 11th. This is the low. If for some reason TDOC takes out that low, it'll see 102 very soon. I don't expect it to happen immediately, but yeah, if it does, there's no real reason. Like it could trade sideways 3 or 4 days, and I'm just saying, guys, we take out that candle, it will go lower. Make sure you know how to make money as the market goes down. In fact, 2 days ago, I did post May 10th at 122. Everyone knows how to make money as stocks go down, right? 63 comments on my personal Facebook page, which is really wild because I do a lot of posts on Facebook and I very rarely get that many comments or whatever. Anyway. So I'm glad that people were excited about it. I think a lot of people took the hint. So, we'll see. Again, that was May 10th at 122 Central. So May 10th, if I go back over to the SPY, just so that we're connecting the dots, that was this day right here, almost the all-time high on SPY. So yes, if you did play some shorts, congratulations. I do think it can go a little bit lower. I do have a lot of bear positions out there. I have puts on Micron. This thing looks like absolute disaster. This looks like disaster. This thing could go down to 200. I'm going to snag some serious puts on Micron. I have all kinds of protection on Upwork. I have sold calls. I have long puts. I have all the things on Upwork. I have puts on STNE just in case. I did buy some calls on Apple today just in case. It's at the 200 simple. So I want to have a little bit of positive exposure and a little bit of negative exposure just in case we do whatever. I got short calls, short puts, and long puts on Tesla. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on Tesla, but I do not mind owning some shares at 550. I think time is on my side down here with only a week and a half left. It's going to get very, very close, and they could go in the money and probably will. And if they close in the money, then I'll be buying some shares of Tesla at 550, which I think I want that. That's kind of been my plan for a while. So we'll see. Long story short, team, I don't think the selling is over. Square, watch for it tomorrow off the 200 for a quick day trade. You might be able to snag some gains on that one. It's the exact same thing I said about Roku on Monday when it gapped down on Tuesday and bounced right off the 200. Roku holding up relatively cutely today. So anyway, play things aggressively. Play them the way that you want to play them, but just make sure you have some longs, make sure you have some shorts, make sure you have a good blend. I do think longer term, the markets will go higher. Avis budget is about to absolutely take it on the chin. So watch for this thing to be at 68 in the next few days. Look to play it short. But yeah, team, all kinds of opportunities out there. The markets are moving. If you're going to play something, again, just make sure that you're comfortable with the overall direction. Shout outs to one specific special trader who I coached with a few weeks ago. Made over 10 grand today on Tesla, both long and short. So some 600 calls for a day trade, some puts and some puts. Very well done. Awesome job, that one special trader. Killer work. My girl Leah making some R's on her day trades on some puts. So there's 3.5 R's for Leah. Good job, Leah. Well done. And yeah, should be interesting to see what happens, folks. You're amazing. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be back on Friday for a trade review. I love you all. Bye.